YouTube, so just come on my YouTube channel. Die ja rozpowiadają swoje wygwecie donki protonowitych muzykantów. Z усього світу, як відомих, так і маловідомих артистів. Я обіцяю вам, шановна публіка, що ви не будете розчаровані зовсім. Приєднуйтесь до мого каналу, де підписуйтесь, де ви керуєте разом зі мною до нових артистів. Now, my next reaction, I'm quite excited about this because the last time I went onto this particular channel was to check out the Ukrainian embroidery. That's right, I'm talking about Julia Valova. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. So this was uploaded on April 2023, and this is the Serbyn, and I hope I'm saying this right. So it's the Serbyn, wait, I gotta go back to it.
Serbyn, Serbynochku.
Serbyn, Serbynochku. I hope I'm saying that. So that is a sort of like a marital ballad in modern Ukraine. So this is about the women preparing for these the marriage, so to speak. So in the description page, it says ballad about Serbyn from the era of the marriage times. At the time when this song was written, her father was unknown. Only the mother and children were known. The brother was a kind of guardian of his sisters. He married them off economically for the family. The conflict of the ballad is about a sister and brother is based on this. In this ballad, a sister's poison her brother in order to remove the obstacle and marry whoever she wants to. The ending of the ballad condemns the girl's behaviour after the death of her brother, Serbyn, renounces the girl not trusting her. In the song, the singer condemns the girl to extreme poverty for her act. Who is Serbyn? This is a male Slavic, there you go, name and surname that indicates a person's origin. Just like Lytvyn or Lytvyn from Lithuania, or Rusyn from Russia. Do not confuse Russia. It did not exist then. Oh, a Rusyn from Rush. So do not confuse Russia, it did not exist then, etc. I found many references to the people in this with this name in the Cossack era, namely of the, is it Zaporo, I don't know how to pronounce that. Zaporozhzhia. There's too many ZH. I don't know how to pronounce ZH. Snitch and Sitch. This is not surprising because there was many different Slavs, including Serbs. After all, in order for a person to be accepted for Sinch, the candidate must only have Orthodox religion. So a lot like Christian Orthodox or something like that. The original religion. Okay. Because the ballad has many variants. This is one of them, written from the words. So I've got the lyrical contents underneath there, and I've also put the subtitles on. So I'm going to do a kind of a comparison at the end of it. So look, there's a little bit about Julia Valvora channel. She's doing amazing work. Please go to her channel. I'm going to leave all the details down there below. She carries some serious historic value, she does, on her channel, and is very, very intriguing and very exciting to watch as well. And you will be learning a lot of things. You will be educated. So look, let's go straight into my next reaction of today, shall we? So without further ado, you know what we're here for. Great vocabs and a damn good video audio music. Can you dig it? Give. They look really young. So do they marry when they're really young? Well, she doesn't look young. Marry me, I'm the girl in the green crown. Right. How dare I marry you? My father and mother died. I'll tell you what, I think the thick clothing is obviously because of the weather, isn't it? And no matter how hot it is, it's still going to be kind of that same temperature up in the mountain because you're higher up. So I think I get that. you can easily tell how much time that takes to make, not even to put it on. That's from like, from sheep, from hemp, whatever animals. So these are different regions. And how many people does it take to make an outfit? Sure, it's not just one person doing this. I think my next video is a case of how do they make these clothing? Because I've got no idea of what animals, but what's the machinery like? Because these are very, very detailed. Does that make sense? Look how fine these are. Just the white fabric alone, the knitting on that, must have took ages. Okay. So that was Serbynochku. I hope I'm saying that right. It's a martial ballad in modern Ukrainian. Mariarchal ballad in Ukrainian. So what I get is that you said the parents died, left about what? A number of females, about 3 daughters and one boy. And it's the man's responsibility to make sure that his family is secure. And there was, I'm sure back in them days, there was a hell of a lot of arranged marriages to make sure that the family still carries on with a strong lineage, bloodline, a very strong bloodline. And, unfortunately back in them days, and a lot of, and it's not only in Ukraine, it goes all over the world, that it was the man that held the realm, the man that was looking after the house, man looking after the family, and it was the man that arranged for his child to be married to a good family and, blah, blah, blah. And it seems to me that the girls in that era who was forward thinking in those times thought, well, why should it have to be a man that decides my future? As a daughter. But understandable, because in this time and era, even though there's a number of race and religion that still practice this thing, arranged marriage, and it's been going strong and strong and strong. I mean, just 4 years ago, my friend's sister was in arranged marriage, and now she lives over in Canada with her husband, and they are very happily married and everything else. But it was the parents, my friend's parents, that arranged that marriage, and they spoke to each other's parents. They sat down, the 2 parents spoke to each other, and when that was okay, then they allowed the daughter and the son to speak to each other in the eyes of their parents. And this religion, they don't have any boyfriends. They don't go through life having a boyfriend. It's like, bang, you're married. You go through life you've got a husband. You don't have a boyfriend. So there's certain, religious and background that still exists today, and it goes on from strength to strength. And that race, that particular race, I don't want to point my fingers out, but that race is going on very, very strong. Everyone's a doctor or a lawyer or something with high significance, and that's down to the parents saying, right, we want to, you're not mucking about in your life. You're going to go study, you're going to be this, and you're going to marry that, and it's as simple as that. And if you see what's happening with the free range, where people have boyfriends and all that kind of stuff, there's a hell of a lot of divorces. There's a hell of a lot of things that's going. I'm not saying it's a minus, but there's a plus and a minus to not getting an arranged marriage, as well as there's a plus and a minus to having an arranged marriage. In this instance, the daughters thought that the only way that she's going to escape that is to poison her brother. And that's big, massive disrespectful in that kind of terms, because it was down to the brother to make sure that it was down to his responsibility to make sure that his siblings has a roof over their head and blah, 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 blah. His responsibility. So in that era, I understand, because that's what everything was going on. So if with that era and a woman trying to push out to the point of wanting to kill her brother so she can have her life to herself, it must have been really, for someone just to go out there and try and kill someone. It's like the point it's got to be so high up without any kind of selfish reasons. It's got to be so high up and validated as well. Now, even in her own mind, it was so high up and validated. When she went to poison her brother, when she did poison her brother, it came so quickly apparent how disrespectful that moment was, and any future husband that she's gonna have, that she's been cursed as well, so I get it, the storyline, the embroidery and the dress and anything else. It's like, wow. I'm thinking, okay, Carpathians, they're in the mountains. You're cold. No matter how hot it is down below, up there is really is that cold. You got that breeze, yeah. And that's why I feel that the garments, the dresses that are really thick linen, I want to know how did you manage to woven, like this shirt is woven before it's created into a shirt, so how thin did that's a machinery. I'm looking at these big massive white linen. How do you make that linen before you even trying to construct it into a dress or into a shirt or put the embroidery on it and all that? What kind of machinery back in then days do you use to do that, to make a sheet? Make that linen sheet. Now, I know you use sheep, maybe goat, I don't know, and a lot of things was in hemp. So please explain certain things that to me. I would like to see the machinery, or indeed find it so I can react to it. Until then, I salute you. Boom.